Dukect live once again, back once again from the whole July 4th weekend. Me and my dad chilling out a reenactment. I will have that video up this weekend. And also, God willing, it looks like it's going to be the long-awaited Shadow Raider / War Planets review, and I'm really proud of this. So it's going to be really fun. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me, Dukect live here on the Dukect Lounge. Phone number, as always, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, call ID is 92417. A lot of interesting things happened this week in wrestling. Oh, the week I was gone, the week I said, a lot of things happened. First off, let's get to the big stuff here. We're going to be talking TNA first. I'm going to talk some total non-stop action here. That's what's going to be the first thing I talk about. I'm going to be talking about the recent releases of total non-stop action. Well, a lot of people who are upset about them. Okay, we had recently Matt Morgan has been released, but also you had Taylor Hendricks, Crimson, Matt Morgan, Taylor Hendricks, Crimson, Ryan, so you had Matt Morgan, Joey Ryan, Taylor Hendricks, and Christian York. Taylor Hendricks, Crimson, Joey Ryan, Christian York, and Matt Morgan has been released from Total Non-Stop Action. And a lot of people are like, wow, what's going on here? And a lot of people are upset. And I'm honestly upset, too, because there are a lot of people, I look at these guys, for the most part, it's just wasted potential, and it's frustrating. I just don't think that a lot of them are forgotten or what have you, or who are like lost causes, what have you. But there are a lot of wasted potential, especially someone like Christian York, who is, he's pushing. I think he's 40 years old, and he had some decent matches. And I think it's time for him to retire. It's sad. It's really sad for him. But guys like say Crimson, Hendricks, and Ryan, I think most of them, Matt Morgan, I think hopefully, he has a shot at WWE. I think he'd be a lot better than WWE. Put him with a Paul Heyman guy, and you will see his career go up. Because, hey, you know what? I think he has a really big future, and I still think he has something left in the tank. Big man, talk good on the mic, so I think he's really talented. So I see him going to WWE. Also, I see, I think Hendricks, Crimson, and Ryan, on the other hand, I just recently, there was an interview from Joey Ryan, and basically Joey Ryan, it was a very good interview with I think it was ITR Live. And here it is, him getting into Total Non-Stop Action. It's really good. And not only that, he actually says, he's released, he says, a lot of them, he said this on his release from TNA. Says, I knew there had to been some office cuts, and to be honest, I knew after the Matt Morgan stuff, as they used me so sparingly, I think I did a pay-per-view match that was unannounced. I did the referee stuff with the knockouts. Then I did a random X Division 3-way match. So when I wasn't being used, I was at home collecting paychecks. So I kind of knew that this was too good to be true. They are paying me to sit at home for months now. Part of me said, I know Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff like me, so there's some pull there. So maybe they are waiting to come up with something for me. I got the hint myself when I was just sitting at home getting paid. On being notified of his release, he responds, Al Snow called me and said, this isn't anything against you or your work, this is just budget cuts. I know they're on the road now, and that's much more expensive. I think they are just trying to make the company as profitable as possible. It was a decision they had to make. They had to cut guys without affecting their current storylines. I'm not bitter about it. I understand why. I don't have anything bad to say about anyone there. It's just a business thing. Wow. I mean, that was a really, really interesting response. And when I hear about that, I think he has his head on straight. And I will not be surprised you see Joey Ryan or someone like, I think someone like Joey Ryan will come back. I think Crimson will come back as well. And Hendricks, I will not be surprised seeing her again because I think she had a pretty decent match. I'll be short with recently with Mickie James. I really hope there's some real good stuff there. I truly think she's going to be like, they need some new knockouts. I'm hopeful they can get someone. I think maybe signed Eva Lise. Hopefully they can get her, come back from that. I hope they can get, hopefully Lady Tapa after a couple years. I think she could be that next big star. Trust me, I truly believe Lady Tapa could be that big star. Just get some more seasoning. I think Eva Lise would be really good. I think she's ready. So, because they do need some more knockouts, and that's my personal opinion. They need some more knockouts, and well, it is really disappointing to see guys like Matt Morgan, who again I still think he should have been world champion long ago. Hell, I think he should have been a part of Aces and Eights. I think he should have been the leader of Aces and Eights. I know I love Bully. I love Bully. Bullet. I love him, but he's great at what he does. But I truly think Matt Morgan, if he had that, I think it would have been much more of a threat. And I think he would have a lot more rage against someone like Hulk Hogan. It would be much more personal for him and have him just jammed right down his throat. And I hate the fact they just used him and did nothing to it, especially that cape. God, I love that cape. I miss that. But anyway, these things happen, and you have to move on from them. And I'm hopeful. I'm really hoping TNA has learned that, and hopefully they can start using the talent, because there's a lot of talents out there in TNA right now that need to get some uses and start phasing out some of them. And there was a problem with TNA. There was a lot of talent there that wasn't getting used, so they just got rid of them. And I think and that's the problem that WWE has as well. I think there's a lot of talent in WWE. If they're not using them, hell, just cut them. I think it's best for them just to cut them. Anyway, I'm going to take a little break here. Come back. We're going to be talking a bit more about TNA. We're going to talk about Impact. We're going to talk about Magnus's rise. And, of course, we're going to be talking about the newest member of the Main Event Mafia and Chris Sabin going after the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. We'll be right back here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you once again for joining me here. live here, ladies and gentlemen. Phone number, as always, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID to connect to me, Dukect, is 92417. Once again, the number is 92417. All right, now let's get this thing out of the way. Let's get this TNA Impact. Let's because honestly, I know most of you probably didn't watch it. Watch Sharknado, but honestly, I actually saw bits and pieces of it. It was okay. It was as cheesy as it gets. The last time I saw it was like two kids just throwing dynamite into the tornadoes to kill it. Anyway, we got guest 2 here in the chat. What's up, guest 2? Remember, if you can't call in, chat room, let your thoughts and all the good stuff here, remembering about all that stuff. Well, let's talk about anything you have to on your mind. TNA, the TNA releases. Let's talk about like a Crimson, all that. Crimson, Joey Ryan, Matt Morgan. Remember what are your thoughts about that? Also, we're going to be talking right now, if you want to get into this concept, the last parts of the TNA Impact. And first off, I got to say, before I forget, I have to give props to the Knockouts. Good Lord, those two, wow, what a match. I mean, dang. Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell. I got Taylor Hendricks on the brain. Taryn Terrell and Gail Kim, great match. Not as good as the Slammiversary match, but wow, it was still very good. It was probably one of the best matches those two had in quite a long while. Not quite a long, but best knockouts match in quite a long while. I mean, these two have great chemistry with each other, and it's a hardcore match, but it's not all bloody, but you can feel the bumps, the bruises, and everything they do. They really bring out the best in each other. And part of me wants to see Gail win against Mickie James so they can have a huge blow-off feud and have that Bound for Glory in a 2 out of 3 falls or Stages of Hell match. Have first fall will be a regular match, second fall maybe a tables match, third fall if it gets to it. I have no idea. Maybe I've already had last knockout standing. I already had a ladder match. How about a street fight then? Or they can just do an I Quit match. I want to hear your thoughts about that. That'll be the next match. What are your thoughts about that? I want to hear stuff in the comments. What the next match should they have? Anyway, great match. Great match. Other things that happened on Impact. You had the Joker's Wild thing for Be It Bound for Glory series. I liked it. Some good stuff from Bad Influence. Just really, really cool stuff. I really liked both majority of that. There's some really positive stuff about that. Let's see, positive getting pushed. People getting pushed right here, and I'm really liking that, especially the way Magnus, and I'm loving the way Magnus is getting featured this year. I don't know if he's going to win, but it's really looking good. I'm liking the fact they're doing something crazy, putting some ballsy stuff out there. And I like TNA's doing this. They're really strapping the rocket to Magnus, and I think he's ready. I think he's really ready to get that next level, and I'm hopeful they can do that. Another thing that I liked is Sabin versus Bully Ray for the title, and I loved the promo Sabin gave. It was great. I loved it. It had so much passion and fire to it, and I'm like, Sabin, and I don't know. I truly do not know if Sabin's going to win at next week's Destination X. I don't know. Should he win? Maybe. I don't know. part of myself wants him to win, and some part of me doesn't because I want them to go on and have someone like Magnus or Joe or AJ take on Bully Ray, fight for TNA. But it's looking like they're going to have Bully Ray fighting Hulk Hogan at BFG. I think that's going to happen. I think Hogan's been working out, so he might have that thing. So it looks like maybe Saban winning it might be for the best, and having Magnus lose thanks to Aces and Eights, maybe have Magnus get screwed over thanks to Aces and Eights or something, and, it starts a huge brawl, and then you have Aces and Eights versus, them like in a Lethal Lockdown, that sort of thing. Lethal Lockdown, Main Event Mafia versus Aces and Eights, winner take all. Or maybe Hogan can have that. Maybe Hogan will have that winner take all thing with Bully Ray or something. If he wins, if Bully wins, he takes control of TNA or what have you. But if Hogan wins, Aces and Eights are no more. They're gone. Aces and Eights is kaput and what have you, and this, that, and the other. And I have no idea what they'll do for the championship. Will it be Chris Sabin versus AJ? If they do that, will it be Chris Sabin taking on, say, one of the members of Bad Influence? Would they take on, say, Mr. Anderson? Would he take on... I'm looking for the heels that Chris Sabin could fight our faces, that he could do it. I have no idea who he should or should not do, but it just seems a lot more interesting. There's a lot of interesting little settings and all this type of stuff. There's a lot of interesting stuff here. I just don't know what to do here. Part of me thinks, I don't know, if Bully does win, there's a lot more openings there. But if Sabin wins, I have no idea. So I don't know what to do here. I'm at the same thing like last year. I have no idea who should win against Destination X. It's like when you had Bobby Roode and Austin Aries. So it's the same type of situation. So I want to get this out to you. I have no idea. I want to root for Sabin. I love Sabin. But when I look at it, Bully Ray has to win. Bully Ray has to win just to keep things, maybe have someone else. I have no idea. I want to hear what you guys think. Should Bully Ray win or not? Anyway, I'm going to take a little break here. We're going to be going back to some other WWE. We're going to look at the WWE. And we'll be right back here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me here live on TalkShoe.com.
Outside on the corner where I caught the bus, thinking in my head it's colder than I thought it was. Sometimes life is like that, and you just quiver your lips, whisper a wish, hoping someone might give us deliverance. Now deliver this message, think I could live with this message. You could just give a few seconds to come and sit in my presence. And yes, it is so precious, yes, it is a blessing. Next, I'll attempt to express it with every heavy breath, cause just to make it worth it, and just to make it real, you always made it perfect, and that's the way I feel. Sometimes we think too much, and we lose control, but it's not what you know, no, it's who you know. Days that will not end, I'm sure you've had them too, wishing you're still in bed, and yet we have to move. This is what passion do, this is what passion does, it's on my friends too.
We are back here live here on the Dukect Lounge, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, and now getting back to the WWE. Man, there's some interesting things that happened. A certain family debuted on Monday Night Raw. A certain interesting family. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. The Wyatt family has came and they destroyed. They told they were coming. And they said they will do some horrible things. And now they have done it. and now they have come and they have destroyed the big red monster known as Kane. They have came and destroyed. Now the question is, what's next for them? What is next for the Wyatt family? Who knows? Who's next on their hit list? And what the demented Bray Wyatt had towards mind as well. Well, anyway, that's all that stuff. I'd like to say something. I loved it. I really thought it was great. I thought the whole thing was great. Got a bit disappointed by the whole Husky Harris chant. You know, the people in Baltimore were like, Husky Harris. Really? Just no. Stop it. You're just embarrassed. Just don't do that. You know, it's frustrating. Come on. This is one of the, big debut. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta ruin everything? Okay. Anyway, I loved the debut. Raw was, there was some good matches. Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, great stuff. And every time I look at Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus, I wonder what could they have this match at WrestleMania instead of the 18 seconds. I'm sorry, these two have really good chemistry with each other. Instead, they just gave 18 seconds and basically destroyed Sheamus's basically big face push and had Daniel Bryan, give the major reactions. Maybe that was the plan, but I don't know. That just really bothers me. Still does. Anyway, let's take a look at let's look at this right now. Let's look at the Money in the Bank, because that's what everyone's going to. Money in the Bank, the big pay-per-view, the shake-up pay-per-view. The last couple of years, it's one of the best pay-per-views. In fact, I think 2011 was my pay-per-view of the year because it was all great matches. 2012 was very good. I enjoyed that. And let's see what 2013's Money in the Bank could actually do. Let's see let's see this Money in the Bank pay-per-view. See how good that is. And guess who just left? Perfect. I'm all alone again. Bye. Anyway, let's get into the pre-show. Kickoff match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. That's right. The Shield are slumming it this time as they're taking on the Usos. Yeah, Jiminy J. So, anyway, I never really seen these two fight before. I'm not gonna watch this match. It's not gonna be anywhere meaningless. This is really just trying to bump up the kickoff match, but the kickoff's trying to make it important. But in the end, no one's really watching. No one's really gonna care. The Shield, they're trying to really hard to make it important, but let's be real. The pre-show will always be the part of the pay-per-view that good guys are just not good enough to make the card. That's what it is. And it's just basically an extra dark match for the live crowd. And I'm not watching this match at all. And besides the Usos winning it, no. They're going to lose cleanly in 5 minutes. Anyway, next up we get to the main show. We get the WWE Divas Championship match as AJ Lee with Big E Langston take on the former Divas champion, the number one contender, Caitlyn, with Layla. Honestly, I'm going to say this, and I know this might piss off some people, but when I just recently watched the Knockouts, just completely the last 2 matches I've seen from Taryn Terrell and Gail Kim, I just got spoiled. I'm just when I look at AJ Lee and Caitlyn, and I know they're capable of doing that type of match. I'm sorry. This type of feud, this personal feud, needs a gimmick match. It's screaming for a gimmick match. These 2 regular matches, I'm sorry, to me, a street fight would really be great for a Divas match to set them apart. To really say, hey, these girls are not only these women who are not only as tough as the men, but even tougher. They could prove it right there and be great. It would be a great moment for the WWE. But I have no idea why both of these ladies don't get that much love and respect. Anyway, I will probably watch this match, but just gonna really be I just get a feeling just after watching that ladder match, it's gonna be really. They got those AJ Lee and Caitlyn have their work cut out for them. That's what I got to say. All right. The Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz taking on Curtis Axel. God, Curtis. I'm sorry. I don't care about this match. I don't care about Miz. I don't care about Curtis Axel. I don't care about the Intercontinental Champion. I do not care at all. I mean, that belt is basically the jobber belt because everyone wins jobs 90% of the time. I mean, that's what's going to happen. Hell, that happened last Monday Night Raw when Curtis Axel lost to the Y2J Chris Jericho. But honestly, I don't care about this match at all. Skip, you know what? You want to cut my pick, Axel, and AJ Lee for my pick for Money in the Bank, for her Divas match, and Shield for the kickoff match. Anyway, we have the single showdown. You have the Human Bitch Machine Cryback taking on Y2 Jobber Chris Jericho. Let's be honest here. Ryback's going to win this match, and honestly, I don't really care for it. Ryback has been completely and utterly destroyed, and I have no idea why. Maybe he felt wellness. I don't know. Can someone tell me why Ryback has been completely and utterly destroyed by WWE booking? Has he pissed someone off? Did he push Vince McMahon down a fire? What? Did he piss in Vince McMahon's coffee? What did Ryback do to deserve this? I want to know what happened to Ryback. It just amazes me. But Ryback Cryback will finally get his victory. He'll dry his eyes out. He will get his victory against Y2J, and everything will be right in the world. Anyway, next up we have the SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match. With SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match, we have Wade Barrett versus Cody Rhodes versus Damian Sandow versus Dean Ambrose for the Shield. Fandango taking on a real weedhead, Jack Swagger, and Antonio Silvazaro. Yeah. Besides, well, honestly, Cody Rhodes, Damian Sandow, and Dean Ambrose, I care less of an F about anyone else in this match at all. I would love either of these three could win, Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes, or Ambrose, but the way they've been looking around since how SmackDown's been pushed, I know how they do the Money in the Bank, so what have you, the losers and everything. I mean, the last time they really got someone who was, well, doing anything was, the last time I really felt the SmackDown Money in the Bank was really used right, I think it was like Daniel Bryan. But honestly, I would not be surprised if Wade Barrett, which I still say Wade Barrett's going to win, Wade Barrett's going to win and have a jobberific World Heavyweight title reign. Because God forbid you have someone to win, have him win a championship and actually have him, look actually, threatening and look like he deserves it. No, they have to lose every match. That's why I don't really care about Dolph Ziggler or Jack Swagger or any former champions, Anyway, but as much as I would love to say Dean Ambrose winning, I don't see that. I see Wade Barrett winning the Money in the Bank and cashing it in probably that night. Anyway, let's move on to the Raw Money in the Bank. We have, Kane is officially out of the match. We have no idea how they're going to put it. I think they're going to put in Big Show. I wouldn't be surprised at that. But anyway, it's still a mystery. We don't know who it is, so just scratch out Kane out there. We're going to have the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, and the returning Rob Van Dam, the CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Christian, and Sheamus, the all-star Money in the Bank. And honestly, as much as I was loving Daniel Bryan right now, he has been so much on a reign of fire. Some would say he is going to win, but I would not be surprised if he lost because he's so hot right now. I don't think he needs the Money in the Bank. I think he could do it on his own and win a championship on his own. He doesn't need Money in the Bank. I honestly think of someone like, say, I would say Sheamus, but I don't know. Maybe CM Punk's going to be busy with Brock Lesnar. I would like to say Daniel Bryan, but I don't know, RVD. He's too much fresh face. I mean, I probably would like, well, he is, they want to do something crazy. That'd be really interesting. Randy Orton, well, he's 2 strikes away from basically getting fired from the WWE, so I have no idea what they're going to do with him. So maybe, I have no idea. Christian, I think that ship has sailed. Sheamus, he has, I'd say, like a 45% chance of winning. So if I had to pick, I would like to say, logically, we'll see like Randy Orton, but honestly, Daniel Bryan has been pushed so heavily that who knows, he might do it, but I would not be surprised if he doesn't. So, as much as I don't know what to do here, because WWE can do a swerve right now. They can have someone else do it, but screw it. I'm going to have it. I'm going to say it right now. Daniel Bryan wins Money in the Bank, of all Money in the Bank. It's an easy pick, but I'm really struggling to do, because honestly, the way the WWE books, logically, heck, the last time we saw him on Raw, he climbed the ladder and he unhooked it and, celebrated with it. That could have been, that could be what happens in Money in the Bank. Interesting stuff. But that's just my personal opinion. He could win, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. So my pick is hesitant. I'm very hesitant with my pick, but it will be Daniel Bryan. Next up, we have the World Heavyweight Championship. Alberto Del Rio, without Ricardo Rodriguez, taking on to show off the loser, Dolph Ziggler. I don't really care who wins this match, because as much as these two guys don't really have that much chemistry, I just don't really care for it. So I think it's going to be Dolph Ziggler winning it, and then you have some like Barrett cashing in and, winning the world title. That's what I will see. That's what I think is going to happen. And then it's time for the main event as the WWE Championship, as John Cena takes on the number 1 contender, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, via basically body slamming him. I have no idea how this whole thing works in the WWE. I have no idea how anyone who is it just basically if you attack John Cena, you're instantly a number 1 contender, regardless if you have not won or lost the last couple of pay-per-view events? I don't get it. I just don't get the number. I don't get it. I mean, they don't follow any ranking structure. How the hell is Mark Henry the number 1 contender? I just want someone to tell me that. Please. I just want someone to tell me why he is the number 1 contender besides attacking John Cena. What matches has he won? What type of he left? He was considered retirement. And now he's going to win the WWE title? And also a nice little beginning booking, not really a nod to booking or what have you. You have John Cena faking to pick up Mark Henry, even though he's picked him up numerous times. He picked up Mark Henry numerous times. And also, another thing that really, pissed me off, that Mark Henry said, I never got a legitimate chance at WWE title. Did we not forget last year that he faced CM Punk 3 times? He faced Punk 3 times. And he couldn't get the job done. Sorry, that is a legitimate shot. I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's just, I just don't like that. Type of forget-me continuity in the WWE. Just, well, you never got a legitimate shot. Sorry, you really had 3 shots last year, but, I just don't know. I'm sorry. And by the way, I'm not looking forward to this match at all. I just don't see these two actually having good chemistry with each other. And majority of people, well, I think a lot of people just don't really care for the match at all because the ratings. Yeah, because I just remember that ratings, and I know people are not going to be like, people are like, oh, well, I might be a hater. But when Mark Henry slammed John Cena, basically majority of people, 900,000 people, over 1 million people, around 1 million people left. when that after the him slamming, him challenging him for the world, coming number one, they left, and then a week later he had the huge talk, that like a promo that got 0 viewers. I mean, dude, no one wants to see Mark Henry win the title. As much people as someone might say, but no, Mark Henry has an interesting career. But to me, Mark Henry should be retiring at this point. I'm tired of Mark Henry. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of falling apart, man. I mean, he might have some good matches now, but really, he is just. I'm sorry, I just don't care about him right now. I think he needs to go. But that's just my personal opinion. And Money in the Bank looks good. I gotta admit, Money in the Bank does look good. For the most part, there are some good matches here. I do think Jericho, Ryback might have a decent match. Both Money in the Banks look really good. You'll scratch that. There are some good, like I said, good matches here. But then again, there's a lot of bland stuff here. Things that I don't think I really care about. The Divas match I don't care about. I don't care about the Intercontinental title match. I don't care about the Ryback and Chris Jericho showdown. I don't care about Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler. I don't care about Cena and Mark Henry. I'm sorry, I just don't care. It just seems there's only 2 matches here. 2 matches that actually are worth your money. There are 2 matches. There are the Money in the Bank for the Raw and World title, the WWE title, and the Raw for SmackDown, the World title. Those are the only 2 really good matches on this card. Everything else is bland and uninteresting. And I hate to say that. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong with this. But I am not looking forward to Money. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm hopefully I will look at this card and I'm like, you know what? Money in the Bank will be at least halfway decent. That's my hope. I hope this is going to be at least a halfway decent show. Anyway, that's it for me, Dukect. Thank you so much for listening. This 45-minute little. I'm going to edit this down, so don't worry. This long podcast. It was an extra 25 minutes for me not being here on last Friday. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Now, excuse me, I have to go back editing the Shadow Raiders review. Hopefully it'll be up this weekend. Not, by Monday. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. I will be right back here once again on TalkShoe.com, live here on TalkShoe.com on the Dukect Lounge every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me. Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.